We're live, finally. Um, Hello everybody. Um, Goodness. Oh, yeah. I was just noticing a little bit of the chat, and I'm glad to be here too, guys. Um, it's just been um, a tiresome week. Not bad necessarily, just very very stressful. I hate morning appointments. Uh, but yeah, just lots of craziness going on. But the week is over. Um, I guess Friday nights have sort of become our could we call it our Sabbath? I don't know. What do you guys think?
What else would you call it?
Yeah, I mean, certainly it's a nice day to rest. And Mary Terrell, I noticed you said you're like ready for this semester to be over. I can certainly understand that. I mean, I'm not in school right now, but yeah, this is the time of year for spring fever and ready to be done. And I think you guys have got like what, a month left, so just hang in there. And we can certainly say some prayers for our students um, as we go along tonight. So give me just a second. Um, and yeah, just let me know if there are any technical glitches or anything. It should all be good, but a lot of times I won't know until somebody says in the comments, hey, I can't hear you, or something's buffering or whatever. But yeah, we should be good. And this is one of our big holidays. We're celebrating the beautiful Feast of the Valley. And what valley is it? No, not the San Fernando Valley. We're talking about the.
Is it the Hidden Valley?
Um, no. That's a great one. And I wouldn't want to bring any ranch dressing either because
Come on, everybody will like it except one guy.
That's the whole point. But no, this is talking about a valley in the western part of Thebes, in the cliffs, um, because that was a valley that was sacred to Hathor in her role as a mistress of the West. And actually, Hatshepsut's temple at Dar el Bahri, the one with your ramp, Darren.
It's my ramp.
Well, the only thing I wonder about with that is what's the incline like on that thing? Because
Oh, it's a bitch. I can already tell.
yeah, looking at that, that's going to be murder trying to get up that thing. But uh, I I hope we get to figure that out one day. Um, but that temple was built as an endpoint for the festivities of the Feast of the Valley, because Amun and his entourage would travel across the Nile from the east bank to the west bank, and they would go and they would visit Hathor's shrine in the cliffs. And the whole idea is this was a renewal, and it was a feast for the dead, but it was, instead of an Assyrian feast, this was a harvest feast. And you might notice that across cultures, a lot of times when you have a harvest, you also have a remembrance for the dead. And a lot of the beautiful frescoes that we know from tombs, especially in the 18th dynasty, where you see people partying, and they have the cones of unguent on their heads, and their linens have been painted to look like they've been drenched with oils, and you have the dancing girls, and the wine jars that are garlanded with lotus leaves and things kind of like this. They figured out this is not just any sort of party that they're picturing. This is the festivities for the Feast of the Valley, because people would go into the chapels for their loved ones, and they would get drunk, and they would commune with the dead. And that's probably also a point where if people were poor and were hungry, they would come around and they would hope to get offerings of bread, and other food, because the people who were well-to-do enough to have the chapels, to be able to go and do that, would bring things.
Alms for the poor.
Yeah, it was alms for the poor, which again is kind of an interesting parallel, because how did trick-or-treating come about? it was children and the poor would go souling and offer to say a prayer for the spirit of a loved one in exchange for a soul cake, and that evolved into trick or treating. So there's again a parallel theme with both of those, and of course, anyone who might be participating with mainstream pagans, the Wiccans and others that use the Wheel of the Year. We're coming up on Beltane, I think it is. Beltane, because Litha is the summer solstice. But yeah, so also kind of it's at the opposite point of the wheel from Samhain. So also a point when the veil is thin and things like that. So this is our version. So okay. 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 Yeah. What it is? I was standing off to the side, so you couldn't really see me. But um, wait. I'm seeing wait. Okay. Hey, Gabriel's asking later on. Could I have a prayer for continued strength and healing? I've started a self-love and shadow work journal today. It's going to be uphill for a while. Absolutely. Okay. Yeah, and we wanted to know what's going on with Indiana, our little ducky. She is officially 13 years old, and she had a good day today. We went outside, and she got lots of worms, and we fed her some mealworms. Those are her treats, and she's relaxing right now. But a little bit of a plug. Um, if you're on my Patreon and get outtakes, she's very much involved with our outtakes. Because we're still working on the video for this month. It's probably going to hit YouTube a little bit, after the month is done. But I'm working hard to try and make sure that at least if you're on Patreon, you'll see it first and you'll see it before, the end of the month. But yeah, she's resting right now. But she had instead of birthday cake, she had worms. So, but yeah, and there'll be more videos that you'll get to see her in hopefully pretty soon. So here, let me. I'll just get to where I can say hey to everybody, and then I'll be stepping around. So I don't want to obscure our altar setup because that's going to be our main focus. Let's go ahead and get started. These cool waters are upon my hands, and they purify me. It's Tefnut who purifies me. Hail unto you, O Yonachuru. We come unto you without falsehood and without evil. Our purity is upon our hands. Our purity is within our hearts. And we have cast out all evil that pertains to us. We are pure. We are pure. We are pure. We are pure.
Yes, you reinforce my Christian faith every time. Man, that stuff's cold.
Yeah, well, just remember, every time you drop the thermostat, you're contributing. What? You just gave me this look. Okay. At least it's not like last night, we took Morgan out to dinner with us, and a thunderstorm came up while we were having dinner, and we weren't quite sure because the way the windows in the restaurant were, you couldn't really tell what it was like outside. And just remember Morgan saying, "Oh, what's a little rain now and then?" I opened the door and it was like horror movie outside. Okay, blowing wind and lightning, and I just closed the door, turned and looked at him, and said, "Oh, you were saying?" So we decided to sit down and wait a few more minutes. But oh, and I need to make sure. Oh, good. Yes, I did make sure to replenish the candles. Come in peace, bright eye of Horus. Come in peace. Receive the light.
Receive the light.
The eye of Horus shines like Ra in the twin horizons, and evil hides in fear of it. Receive the light.
Receive the light.
The eye of Horus destroys the enemies of Ra and all of their abodes, till none remain. Receive the light.
Receive the light.
The eye of Horus comes to the four corners of the world, to everyone who is tuning in with us now and has been with us in the past and will be joining us in the future. This eye of Horus comes, and we are all purified with it. Receive the light.
Receive the light.
I'm going to light this candle for Mama Sekhmet, that she may continue to bring peace and healing to all those who need it. Oops. And her son Mahes, that he may protect all those who are in the path of storms as we continue the spring season. Oh, and later I need to make sure I remember a cookie for our friend Alejandro. He hasn't been able to tune in lately because he moved to a different time zone. But I got a message from him, and he wanted us to do a divination. So when it comes time for that. You arise in the Akhet as Khepri, O Ra, spreading your light upon the earth. You set in peace in the mountains of Manu as a tomb, bringing your light to Duat. Shine upon earth as you do in heaven and Duat. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who came from Nun at the first time, for such is your uniqueness. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who placed Hu at your left side, for such are the words you commanded. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who placed Sia at your right side, for such is your great wisdom. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, whose Hika goes before you, for such is your ability. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who rules of Ma'at upon your brow, for such is your righteousness. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, and hail and praise unto you, O Amun, Lord of Thebes, and Hathor, Mistress of the West. Hail and praise unto you, O Yunajru, you lords of love and lords of life. Grant us life, well-being, and health. May our eyes perceive your goodness and our hearts receive your wisdom. May you shine upon us as you traverse the sky, that we may bring to you Ma'at and cast out Asfet. And may you guard us from the evil one through the dark hours of the night, your protection being before us and your strength being within us. And of course, I always want people to know when we say, may our eyes perceive your goodness, even if, your physical eyes cannot see in the normal way. There's always the eyes of your heart and the eyes of your spirit, and may they always perceive the God's goodness.
It is your perception, as in your awareness, not necessarily your sight.
There is more than one kind of sight.
Yeah. Yeah, just ask the Jedi. You okay, Boo? Okay. Hang on. Oh, you got it? All right.
Yeah, ask the Jedi, ask the Thundercats, ask.
Yeah. Take these, your cool waters, that are the inundation, that they may cool your hearts. Oh, you know what you do. These waters are the eye of Horus, that your hearts may be refreshed. And I guess we'll also offer symbolically this. We've got this cantorito that has a garland, and it's full of cool water. And these things really do keep water cold. I figured this out. But we're going to set it over here because we might need it to pour some more offerings in a minute. Milk, milk, may you taste it in your shrine. May your hearts be refreshed with it. We bring you this milk from the great flood, O Yunochuru, that you may be purified with it. We give you incense. We give you incense, great of purity. This incense is the eye of Horus, and its fragrance comes to you and cleanses you. It adorns you and takes its place upon your hands. O Yunochuru, we give to you this eye of Horus, and its fragrance comes to you. Take this, your bread on which gods live. This bread is the eye of Horus, O Yunochuru. Lift it to your faces and be at peace with it. The gardens prosper and Hapi rejoices, overflowing with his meal. We fill the eye of Horus for you with wine, O Ra, O Amun, O Hathor. Drink and be pure. The doors of heaven and the doors of earth are open with libations for you within this house. May your faces be refreshed with your libations, your wine and your water. Pure, pure is Ra Horiketi within his house. Pure, pure is Amun, lord of Thebes, within his house, and Hathor, mistress of the west, within her house. Pure are the cause of all of these gods, with this good myrrh that is given. Jehuti proclaims it. It is written in his house of sacred words. Hapi gives in abundance, thousands of offerings, all things good and pure. For Ra, for Amun, for Hathor, in every place that their immortal cause dwell. Come to your body, O Ra Horiketi. Come to your body, O Amun, O Hathor. Come to your bodies, O Yunochuru, and come to your invocation. Come unto us, your servants who are mindful of your feasts and your offerings. Bring your power, your hika, your honor, and your ba to these your offerings, and partake of them. Come, O people, raise these offerings before the faces of these gods. Lift the offerings before Ra, before Amun, before Hathor. All life comes from them. All health comes from them. All stability comes from them. All good fortune comes from them, as it has since the first time. O Ra Horaketi, and your son, the Osir Nisu Nebkafrura, your foes retreat from you. And Horus turns himself to his eye. Turn yourselves to these, your offerings, and receive them from our hands. Okay. And because this is a feast honoring the dead, we'll say an extra prayer when we offer for them, because offering water was something that we think was done in the temple that Hatshepsut built. So what we're going to do is pour some water from our little vase and light some incense for our blessed dead, along with our candle. We ask that this candle be the eye of Horus that lights their way in Duat. There we go. And I like to use sandalwood incense for offerings to the blessed dead. There's kind of a joke that sandalwood is sort of like ringing a dinner bell. So give me just a second there. So here we go. So first we're going to pour a libation here. And we ask, "Oh, sir, take unto yourself all of those who speak ill of our blessed dead. O Jehuti, go, take the enemies of these blessed dead on behalf of Osiris. Do not let loose of them. Beware not to let loose of them." Hold on, I'm going to make sure I don't spill this. Do not let loose of them. Beware not to let loose of them. Do not let loose of them. Fourfold. Beware. Do not let loose of them. Do not let loose of them. Beware not to let loose of them. Here we are. Someone has gone to be with his Ka. Osiris has gone to be with his Ka. Set has gone to be with his Ka. Horus, eyes forward, has gone to be with his Ka. And all of our blessed dead have gone to be with their Kas. Come, O you blessed dead. Someone has come, and you shall not need. The Lady of the West has come, and you shall not need. Hathor has come, and you shall not need. Your purity is that of the gods, who have gone, but not withdrawn from us. Raise yourselves to this fresh water and to this incense that we have given you. You have been purified for the feast days, like the unwearying one of Abydos. Ta henket ka kawak dus naturmahat hutnemet nafra waberal kad naturim and kawan akupu nibu mahru nibu hirnatra. A voice offering of bread and beer, 1,000 of beef and fowl, incense, oils, and all good and pure things on which a God lives, for the cause of all of these blessed dead, all true of voice before the great God. And, it might be proper to include Pope Francis, who passed away on Monday, although not sure what he would think of the voice offerings, but probably would appreciate the spirit more than some. Also, for those who are Transformers fans, I happened to see while I was setting everything up, the artist who did a lot of the paintings that they used for package art back in the day, the vintage package art, passed away, I guess about almost a week ago. So that's someone else that we can remember. Of course, anyone else, that you might be thinking of, this is for them as well. So now we come unto you, O Ra, as Jehuti comes, our hands joined under Ma'at. Ma'at has come to be with you in every place where you are. An offering of Ma'at is made unto you, that your heart may be pleased and your cow shall live. Truly, your Aeneid has Ma'at, for they know you live in her. The Aeneid says unto you, your word is law, eternally. Isfet is cast out by your word, and rejoicing is yours every day. Ma'at has taken her place in your shrine. May we always act with gentility and compassion, for such is the first Ma'at. May we always offer charity and hospitality, for such is the second Ma'at. May we always respect consent and fidelity, for such is the third Ma'at. May we always avoid violence and promote wellness, for such is the fourth Ma'at. May we always speak words of truth, for such is the fifth Ma'at. May we always promote the public good, for such is the sixth Ma'at. May we always act humbly and with temperance, for such is the seventh Ma'at. May we always honor our gods and respect others, for such is the eighth Ma'at. May we uphold Ma'at like Jehuti, that we may witness Ra's perfection every day. All right, I'm just going to peek over here at the comments for a sec. Oh, hi, Zeva. So I'm going to be driving a bit here. Yeah, unfortunately, we figured out patchouli is an allergen. It tends to set off Darren's allergies. So I have to, if I burn any, it has to be when I know he's not going to be coming around and potentially getting exposed to some of that. Yeah, but yeah, I'm with you on that, Gabriel. Hopefully the good changes that Pope Francis made, will continue to, move forward, because I often wondered, would there come a point where, oh, that was my lap desk here, but I often wondered, would there ever come a point where you'd have, someone that high up in the clergy be willing to talk to pagans and not treat them like, delusional devil worshippers. And I kind of got the sense that Pope Francis might have been, the first one ever to potentially do that. And I hope that there will come a day when, somebody, and I have to say there was I think it was a bishop, and he ended up transferring to another part of the state, but he was actually at a World Religion Day event that I was at in the 2010s. And I pointed out that there's a lot of confusion now because of the group that is referred to by the acronym ISIS, and that has nothing to do with the Egyptian goddess Isis. And so, if you're going to refer to the Islamic group, use ISIL or the name that in Arabic that a lot of people like to use for them is Daesh, which means something kind of pejorative, but kind of appropriate. But don't confuse that with the goddess that was around a long time before then and will be a long time afterwards. And that one bishop, when I pointed that out, he was very attentive, and he was like, "Hey, tell that to me again." And I think he even wrote it down, but he wanted to make sure that he remembered that so that he actually use that information in the future. And I hope to see more positive interactions like that in the future. But yeah. YouTube auto censored your comment on offering mint for some reason. Huh. Yeah, that's kind of weird. Yeah. But okay. Yeah, and honestly, I have resisted the temptation to try to create any music on AI because I would rather keep trying to learn, how to play things, on physical instruments, because it gives your brain something to do. And the older you get, the more you need things like that, things to keep your brain learning and building new pathways instead of just fossilizing. But if we had all night to celebrate, this would be the point where we would, start playing music and drinking and, things like that. But what we're going to do is, hang on, read some things for Hathor and for Amun. And let me see what I got here. Okay, that's the Opet hymn. And, oh, well. Yeah, here we go. There's a hymn to Amun that's specifically for the Feast of the Valley. And it comes from the tomb of, it's adapted from the tomb of Ahmose. And I got it from a book called The Life of Maris Amun. And that was a book for an exhibit, which you can actually find online and download a free PDF of it. I think you have to go through the University of Chicago's website, but look for The Life of Maris Amun. And it has a lot of really, interesting information in it, including this Feast of the Valley hymn for Amun. So. O Amun, heaven is uplifted for you, ground is trodden for you. Ptah with his 2 hands makes a chapel as a resting place for your heart. How great is Amun, beloved God! He rises in Karnak, his city, as Lord of life. The beautiful face of Amun, beloved power, whom the gods love to behold. Mighty one who came from the horizon. All of Amun's domain is in feast. Happy it is for Amun-Ra, the one whom mankind adores. And actually, that hymn happens to be in 2 of my books. So if you have either Celebrating the Egyptian Gods or Circle of the Sun, it's in both of those. And here we are. Oh, I need to make sure that we read this of our students' prayer to Jehuti. We'll read that in just a minute because I know we've got a lot of folks that are trying to get through a semester. You know, you could have kids that are having to deal with tests because you always have that in the springtime. And yeah. So I got you in here. Here we are. Hail, O Hathor, golden lady, mistress of love, O beautiful one who comes in joy, mistress of dancing and revelry, beloved daughter of Ra, lady of turquoise and gold. You light up the sky with your brilliance. Shine upon all faces and bless us with your love. O Eye of Ra, may you defend us from evil. O mistress of the West, may you embrace our blessed dead and guide us safely to them when our day of mourning comes. Okay, yes, and our prayer. Come unto us, O Jehuti, O noble Ibis, O you who love Chemnu, letter writer of the Aeneid, great one of Yunu. Come unto us who are students, that you may give us advice and make us skillful in your work. You exalt those who heed your wisdom. You give advice to the widow and the orphan. Shai and Reninitet are with you. Come unto us, that you may advise us, for we are servants in your house. Let us excel in our studies, so that we may proclaim throughout the land, great is the work of Jehuti. Imimah. Okay. You all right? Mm. Mm. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we're getting to the point where we're about to no, we're actually about to the point of doing the cookies. So Gabrielle, I'll mark yours. I need to pull one for everybody, and of course we had a couple. Here's our ones from last week. We got 2. Your dreams are the beacons of your journey, and with patience, you can overcome any challenge. And I have to say, it was really encouraging to read those in the middle of the week. And I need to share those on the Facebook group too. But yeah, and with regard to the discussion about Pope Francis, I guess the thing that we have to keep in mind is that an institution that's that old and that set, in a certain way, they're not going to, their change is not going to happen overnight.
No, but I can tell you this: a lot did change when he was Pope.
Yeah, it's just that
you can't do everything.
Yeah, and so there were a lot of things that I read, and I'm like, oh, I wish you wouldn't have said that. But because like the idea about traditional gender roles for men and women, and it's like, well, look, sometimes things work differently, but again, it's not going to happen overnight. We have advantages in being able to be flexible that they do not.
Correct.
And so, that's why, just have to hope for a point when, we can all play together,
And, we'll be able to.
Yeah.
Look,
so
peace
Hold on.
starts with a personal choice first. Decency cannot be governed. Obviously, if any of you have been paying attention to the news in the last 4 months.
Yeah. By the way, I don't know if the camera picked this up, but this is not a product placement. We're too cool for corporate sponsors.
I disagree. If Coke wants to give us some money,
oh yeah, sure. But
7 figures, all tax deductible, real fast. We'll make it happen.
Something, but actually, what's funny is they did pay for a statue of Ramesses the Great to be restored and put together for the exhibit they did in the 80s. And I have the book from it, the Ramesses the Great exhibit, and they said something about, Coca-Cola Corporation, paid some money for them to do that because, they figured, hey, promotion. This was at a point in the late 80s. There was a lot of, crazy stuff going on between, there was a sort of a PR war between Coke and Pepsi and,
Sort of. No, it was full scale.
Yeah. So that it's under that context that you have to regard them saying, "Oh yeah, well, we'll pay for this."
Yes, for those of us who grew up in that time, it was full scale war. You had Michael Jackson, dancing for Pepsi. You had so much crap going on for Bill Cosby was a Coke man.
Yeah, well, and so Jello too, but that didn't age well. Let's put it that way.
I think, does Coke own Nabisco? No, okay. No, it doesn't.
No, Nabisco is its own thing. Did you know that it's short for National Biscuit Company?
Yes, I did know that.
Okay. But all right. Yes, corporate sponsorships, we don't have those here. But we do have a fortune for everybody. And it is, wow, they've been really talkative. So we've got 2 of them. Let's see what we got. And again, this is for everybody. So if anyone's tuning in afterwards because you're in a time zone that's, not compatible with ours, this is for you too. And I have considered starting another stream at a different point in the week or a different time of the day, so that people who are, on another continent or something would be able to tune in. But, that I want to kind of leave the floor open for us to discuss that. But, okay, your future is a bridge to new adventures and experiences. And your kindness will have the power to heal wounds. Wow. Of course, we have the goddess of love, among other things. And I think the one about the future is from Amen. But your future is a bridge to new adventures and experiences. Your kindness will have the power to heal wounds. That is something to keep in mind, something to chew on, something to apply. So, all right. So by necessity, I have to kind of pause the chat a little bit so I can keep track of the requests here. Yeah, that commercial, Michael Jackson and Alfonso Ribeiro dancing in the street.
Yeah.
Ribeiro, yeah.
Alfonso Ribeiro, otherwise known as the host of America's Funniest Home Videos. And Carlton on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Okay. that's Darren's area of expertise here. But okay, so so Gabriel asked for one from Bastet and Sekhmet, and actually we're going to be honoring them next week, I believe. So we'll be talking about them, but then get in a little bit of an early fortune for Gabriel. So Gabriel, embrace the opportunity to encourage understanding and tolerance. Embrace the opportunity to encourage understanding and tolerance. So, and while I'm thinking about it, we did get that request from Alejandro, and I will set his aside, but if he's able to tune in later, can read it with us. Whoop, okay. A lifetime of joyous family gatherings is on the horizon. Wow. And he had asked a specific question, and it's interesting. This just seems to answer that. But a lifetime of joyous family gatherings is on the horizon. So that's for Alejandro. We're going to have to... I'll take a picture of that later. But now we're coming back to Blind Robert Brown. I'd like a fortune cookie, please. Anything specific from Amen, but anything is welcome. Okay, and then Zephos. So, Robert Brown. Action is the basis of success. So, Robert Brown, action is the basis of success. Let me tuck that in here, and then Zephos, Lavender Stone. And hopefully you have safely reached your destination. Life's greatest treasures often come in unexpected packages. Life's greatest treasures often come in unexpected packages. And keep in mind that the name Amen means hidden one. So, he probably knows a thing or two about surprises. Life's greatest treasures often come in unexpected packages. So, next up, let's see, Katie Horton from Whoever Has a Message, and then Aloni from Ra and Stubeck, and a cookie from my mom from Lady Sekhmet. All right. Oh, goodness. You know what? That's funny because I see Blind Robert Branson. Whoops, my bad. I was waiting to send that at the right time, but Kat was dancing on the keyboard for a moment and hit that send button. I think that was very much on purpose. Remember, Bast has her folk. So, but yeah, well, Katie, and then Aloni's got a couple of them. So let's see. Try and keep it in order here. Wow. Katie, that was a unique. There was a loose fortune that just came out here. Oh, and get this. It says, you'll become richer soon. Katie Horton, you might want to buy a lottery ticket. Because, I mean, there was no cookie. It was just the fortune. And it says, you'll become richer soon. So, okay. And Aloni, you're asking from Ra and Sobek. for the first one, and then Mama Sekhmet for your mom. Well, let's start with yours. And so, Alona, yours. Take care of your inner wisdom. It's the guide on your path. Take care of your inner wisdom. It's the guide on your path. And I think to take care of it means don't let your own inner voice get muddied and confused by other things.
The biggest mistake we make in life is we hear our inner voice give us an answer, but just to make sure we go ask somebody else, and then we go with that answer. Don't do that. Good, bad, or indifferent. If it was a dumb answer that your life gave you, take it. If it was a good answer that your life gave you, take it. You'll learn from them either way. It's yours.
Yeah, but don't second guess yourself.
Right.
If you're
No matter what happens, you'll get through it.
Yeah. Yes, take care of your inner wisdom. Don't second guess yourself. Your inner wisdom is the guide on your path. So that's what this is saying. Now, next one is from Lady Sekhmet for Mom. Oh, that was interesting. I just wanted to see how things just spit off of that conveyor where you get an empty package here. I guess that goes with the loose fortune. But we do have a cookie for Mom. And it says, joy will be a constant reminder of your blessings. So that's for Mom, from Mama Sekhmet. Joy will be a constant reminder of your blessings. So, Aloni, that's for your mom. And they were telling you to take care of your inner wisdom. It's the guide on your path. So, next up. Let's see. Lisa G. from Anapu, and then Ashley Spradley from Sekhmet. Okay, and a fun fact, there is a chapel to Anubis in the temple that Hatshepsut built. That's kind of off to one side. But...
And the question everyone asks, how much is that doggy in the window?
All right. Lisa G. Celebrate your success and learn from your mistakes. So from Anapu. Celebrate your success and learn from your mistakes. And then they won't be mistakes anymore. They will simply have been learning experiences. So, Ashley Spradley from Sekhmet. Okay. Your communication skills will improve in January. Of course, there's no harm in trying to work on it ahead of time, but your communication skills will improve in January. But I think that's meaning I think there's going to be some kind of opportunity that will allow you, to convey better. let's see. Okay, Spicy Phoenix from Anapo Nevitat. And then we've got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 from the Discord. Let me kind of scroll down and get back to them. And thank you for the super stickers. Let's see. Spicy Phoenix. And then we're going to skip to Zabela and then come back to our Discord cookies. But I'm going to ask Anapu, and his mom is represented kind of in the back. But between the two of them. Okay. Relationships are like investments. The more you put in, the greater your return. Relationships are like investments. The more you put in, the greater your return. Okay. That was for Spicy, and then for Zabalin. Sat on Kunsu. Well, they're both kind of on this side of the altar. So. Your love life will be full of surprises. So, Zabalin, your love life will be full of surprises.
Keep in mind, not every surprise is good.
Oh, dear. Well.
Take care of yourself.
Yeah. Oh, and I guess sort of a plug. If you are on my Patreon, paid or not, you can be a free member. And I was taping for the exclusive, and I happened to catch two little garden lizards, making more lizards. And I just decided to film it because how often do you get a chance to videotape something like that? And so it's like I think a minute long, minute or two. But I've got them, they were actually like, running around and, displaying and doing their normal thing. And, I was like, oh, is this lizard going to fight another lizard or something? No, they were doing something else.
There's the flowery battlefield.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's on there. Morgan was self-righteously horrified when he heard about it. Big baby. Anyway. All right. Twisted Silence from Hathor and or Tefnut. So. Yep. No doubt. Twisted Silence. You will get to travel the world. Woohoo. You will get to travel the world. So, Twisted Silence. Take pictures. And, okay, and the one you're kind of thinking about what to ask. So I guess we'll see. Just toss up a cookie when you know. Marriage Wet from the Jackals. So I'm gonna put in Wet. Your luck will shine in personal relationships. So, Marriage Wet. Your luck will shine in personal relationships. Okay. Yeah. Okay, well, to be honest with you, Zabel, I'm not sure if I want to offer a prayer to set for that, because you have to be careful with him However, I think my aunt might be someone that we can ask because Zabelin's very concerned about some of the same things you had mentioned, Darren. That the current head of what is it, HHS?
Oh
Is
no,
it
the
he's in charge?
CDC.
Whatever it is he's in charge of, yeah, and suggesting, and that concerns me too because I think about people that I know and people that their children have autism, and I would want to protect them as much as their families would. So
And the scary thing is, you have to keep in mind that Mr. Kennedy has no degrees in administration, no degrees in medicine,
yeah,
or anything else. As a matter of fact, I'm not sure if he has any degrees in anything at all, except being a Kennedy.
I don't know, but that's not germane to the point. The point is there are a lot of folks that are concerned about the rights of people with autism being protected.
Yeah.
So
As we should be.
yeah, and
without a federal registry.
right, and that's exactly what Zabalin was saying. When a prayer, and the thing is, and I feel like Ma'at has been a little more vocal lately, and again, though, then she's right here in the front of the altar, and other people are going to see her different ways, but I keep hearing her as though she's a little girl. She's a child, and she speaks with a very soft voice. And think about it. You'd be a pretty despicable person to lie to a little girl, wouldn't you? But also because that's the funny thing. She is the firstborn daughter of Ra, but she's presents as young and quiet, but that's because the real truth, doesn't have to shout, doesn't have to raise its voice or wave its arms or anything like that. It just is. And that's what we should keep in mind, is that the real truth speaks for itself. And that's what Ma'at is. And there's a fortune that I've gotten in the past, and I put it, it's actually, when she's in the shrine, when we're not having service, that's at her feet. And it says, have faith in the force of right and not the right of force. Because I think that's her message. And it has always been her message and always will be her message. So before we get to our other cookies, because I see a couple of other icons down there, we'll read a little something for her. Let's see, because I have something for her. And let's see. I think it's way back, unless, come on now. Oh. So I know there's supposed to be a litany to her and to Ra. Here we are. Okay. And this is from the 18th dynasty tomb of Neferhotep. O Ra, who sets with Ma'at. Ma'at is joined to his brow. O Ra, who rises with Ma'at. Ma'at embraces his beauty. O Ra, effective through Ma'at. Ma'at is secured to his bark. O Ra, mighty through Ma'at, whereon he lives every day. O Ra, who made Ma'at, and to whom one offers Ma'at. You placed Ma'at in our hearts that we may raise her up to your Ka. We know you live by her, and it is you who made her body. Let us be one straight and straightforward. Yeah, because they would say straight as in straightforward. We have a different connotation for it now, but that's not the one that's meant. You can be not straight in that sense, but have a heart straightforward, free of lies, ones who do not practice deception. And we ask you to look after those who have disabilities, who others might consider weak. But we know that you have wisdom in all the beings that you have made and all the ways that you have made them. Gay, straight, trans, disability, not, all the colors, all the genders, all of those came about through your creativity and your wisdom. And we celebrate that. And we ask you to continue to protect all of those that look to you and the ones that we care about and that we worry about and we want to protect. And we ask you to help us in protecting them. So, in your holy and splendid names, Ra and Ma'at. Okay. I eluded a cookie, please. They're fashionably late. Oh, goodness. I was able to brave the rain. Yeah, we had kind of a fun story with that last night. Okay. Okay, yeah, and One Eye's a cookie from Raw already. Yeah. Okay, and sarcastic saying, something that I find hilariously disgusting is that some of these people who claim to be Christians are calling empathy a sin now. New favorite sin unlocked. Yeah.
Since when is empathy a sin?
Well, it's the usual suspects. I think that's how we should put it. It's the usual suspects.
No. Was this a member of the administration that said that?
No. It's again you have the it's a long story, and it's not proper to talk smack about.
Not see it.
Yeah, I know. I will say this. I'm reading a lot in the wisdom text because we had someone was kind enough to put together a whole bunch of excerpts, and I printed them out, and we've been using them a little bit when we run out of cookies. Well, I'm going to make cards out of them, but in doing that, I'm also going and checking between two different translations on a lot of them to make sure I get the best sense. And in some cases, I'm putting a couple of them together because I'm editing, I guess, either Jehuti or Seshat is like, having fun with me, and I'm sitting with the laptop and two different books and doing that. But there's a lot of things in the wisdom text that they talk about that kind of run counter to what our impulse as postmodern Western denizens of the internet want to do. Because we want to, respond to something in the heat of the moment and, to call somebody out. And there are times for doing that, and there are times for being the silent one and having faith that the hothead will fall victim to their own foolish actions. And you hear that again and again and again from the maxims of Ptahhotep, all the way through. And, it's becoming as much a tarot deck as it is kind of a lesson in, Egyptian wisdom. So that's why it's giving me a lot to think about, and I'm kind of passing that on here, and there's so much more that I want to add to it, but it's going to have to go in print form. But so Eludida and One Eye, and then we get to our Discord cookies. So this one's for Eludida. Fashionably late. Because you know, when Elizabeth Taylor died in 2011, she had left instructions for them to roll her into her funeral like 10 or 15 minutes late because she wanted to be late to her own funeral. She wanted to be fashionably late. So, open up your mind. Let your fantasies unwind. So, Eludida, open up your mind and let your fantasies unwind. Sounds like there's some creativity waiting to happen there. Okay, so that's for Eludida. And now One Eye, you're asking Ra. Put your sunglasses on. You will be successful in love. So, you will be successful in love, One Eye. Okay. Okay, Katie, I need to go to the store. Thank you for the service. So you have a great weekend. Lots of hugs. uh, all right, and if maybe. mm. Yes, thank you. Sarcastic listeners, yeah. Okay, I'm just checking to make sure that I'm not missing anybody before I go back to the Discord cookies. I see Kyle Hinojosa and oh goodness, and the barbecue place next door. One I says it had a smoke alarm going off. At least nobody was pulling the alarms. That's something back in our days in dorms. You tended to have to deal with that. But let's get Kyle Hinojosa, and then we'll do those Discord cookies. And then if anybody else has got a request, go ahead and put that up there. But just trying to stay on track because there are people that do have to go to bed or go run errands or other things, and we don't want to hold you up all night. But we do appreciate you being here. And there we go. This is for Kyle Hinojosa. Your financial situation will be secure and stable. So, Kyle Hinojosa, your financial situation will be secure and stable. That's awesome. Yeah, and my spend money hand was itching a few minutes ago. My prayer is just that it be money that I already have and not, something that has to go on credit. Because, or if it's, for something that I already have planned, that's great. But, no more unexpected stuff. But, okay. Astra, then Molly Mauk, then Teso, then San. So we'll start with Astra. Okay, so for Astra on Discord, tonight, your heart's desires will come true. Tonight, your heart's desires will come true. May the golden one bring them to you. Okay. Where are we? So Molly Malk. So for Molly Malk, your sense of humor will shine later today. Your sense of humor will shine later today. Or depending on where your time zone is, it could be tomorrow. But for Molly Malk, your sense of humor will shine later today. Next up is Teso and then San. Teso. Step away from the power position for one day. Now, it's funny, there was one year we got that on the birth of Nebuchadnezzar, I believe. So I get the feeling that might be a message from Nebuchadnezzar. But for Teso, step away from the power position for one day. Okay, and San is the last one. I'll give you a minute to finish relaying that one. For San, chase your dreams with a heart full of passion. Chase your dreams with a heart full of passion. That's for San. Go, baby, go. Okay. And sarcastic, if you want us to get one for you, just let us know. Hmm. Okay, Gabriel, please don't forget my prayer for Bastet and for Sekhmet. Yeah, yeah, and that was, I think you had mentioned that. I'm scrolling back up to the beginning just for, to see if I see it. Mm. Okay, because I know you'd gotten a fortune. Okay, and okay, Spicy said I might not be in service next week because my sister's being induced Friday if nothing happens. So prayers for a safe delivery and a healthy baby. Yes, and we ask Mama Aset to look after that, and I got the sense she's already on it, but we ask her to protect mother and child, and of course Tolerant for safe delivery, and Bess. And Gabriel, yours was the first one that we did. I'll reread that one. And alluded, I think you'd said you missed yours, so let me check that one. Thank you for the link to the Discord. Alonium heading to bed. Big hugs. Sleep good. Considering the live stream, maybe you could leave a camera up for a live altar of those that don't have one. We'll see what we can do about that. Something we can work on, but let's see. So Gabriel, yours was embrace the opportunity to encourage understanding and tolerance. And alluded yours. Oh goodness, how far back was that? Because we had our these four were our Discord cookies. And let me backtrack from there, and I can get it for you. Because we did Kyle Hinojosa, and then One Eye, and then alluded. Okay. Okay, yeah. Illudida, open up your mind and let your fantasies unwind. That was your fortune. So, okay. Well, if there are any more requests, go ahead and toss those up. We're going to wrap up and make our offerings endure, and that will have us set until next week. And as always, I appreciate you guys tuning in, and this is the high point of our week too. And this weekend, I will be working more on that video. I want to thank everybody that has contributed pictures that are going to be in our shrine tour, because I think it's going to look really great. And you guys have, and it's not too late. If anybody else wants to share something either on the Facebook group or the Discord group, go ahead and post those. I'll be working on it through the weekend, and you should see it sometime next week. So, hail unto you, Atum. Hail unto you, Capri. You come into being upon the primeval hill. You shine forth upon the shrine of the phoenix in Unu. You breathe out Shu and Tefnut. May the giving of these offerings endure, as the name of Atum, foremost of the great Aeneid, endures. May they endure as the name of Shu, Lord of Upper Menset in Unu, endures. As the name of Tefnut, Mistress of Lower Menset in Unu, endures. As the name of Geb at the Earth's Ba endures. As the name of Nut in the Shrine of Shinit in Unu, endures. As the name of Osir, Kentiamentiu, endures. As the name of Aset in Echeru endures. As the name of Sutak in Nubet endures. As the name of Horus in Pei endures. As the name of Wajit in Dep endures. As the name of Jehuti in Komenu endures. As the name of Ra in the Aket endures likewise for eternity. You have come in peace, O Ra. You have come in peace, O Amen, O Hathor, O Yunachuru. May you go forth in peace, O Ra, Amen, Hathor. May you go forth in peace, O Yunachuru, to every place your immortal cause wish to be. May you sail in joy in the Manjet bark, and rest content in the Sektet bark. And may you smile upon us, your humble servants. Oh, okay. I see Starscape P. Is it too late to ask for a cookie? Got out late from work? Not at all. So, Starscape, you get our last cookie. We don't sign off until we're done. And that one just popped right out. So, Starscape. As we like to say around here, last call for wisdom, y'all. Starscape, mighty forces will come to your aid. I get the sense you needed to hear that. So mighty forces will come to your aid, Starscape. Last point for wisdom, Jack. I love it. Yeah. Mm. Oh goodness. Um. Isabel, I'm kind of looking back at some of the conversation. Um, oh goodness, I hope that gets straightened out for you. Thank you everyone for joining us.
I guess we'll be seeing everybody next week.
Yeah,
Same cat time.
Same cat channel. Yeah, and I will let you know when I get some videos up from Indiana because I'll as I tape other things, I stop and I tape things of her too, and so she's going to be on my other channel eventually, but I just got to do a lot of editing. But I'll definitely share with you guys because when she's in her quack pack, she's a little she kind of likes to hunker down, but when she's in her element, she's amazing to watch. All right. Thank you guys. Um, it wouldn't be nearly as much fun without you guys. Y'all are as important a part of this as me, and I love you for it. And thank you so much. I'm loving seeing all these hearts. All right, I'll have to give her some mealworms for you guys. All right, lots of love. Y'all have a great weekend.